Moviesucktastic is a podcast about bad movies and the people that love them. But it's more than just a podcast, it's also an online presence. If you want to know more about Moviesucktastic or want to become a part of Moviesucktastic, you can find us on Facebook, you can find us on Twitter at Moviesucktastic, you can find our blog at boothreviews.blogspot.com, or if you want to give your own reviews that we might use on the show, you can go to reviews.moviesucktastic.com and check out our own little lunch.com community for Moviesucktastic. Check us out and become a part of the show, because the only thing more fun than a bad movie is sharing it.
You're listening to Moviesucktastic.
Dude, no! Oh!
Oh! Hello.
Hello.
Howdy do, neighbor.
Hello.
You okay?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I guess I shouldn't say this now because we've already started the show, but I don't think you're using the microphone from your headset. I think it's the microphone from your webcam.
Motherfucker.
I just realized it now, and I apologize for that.
Hang on. You start talking, and I will fix this while you're setting us up.
Okay.
Motherfucking Skype cocksuckers.
Well, I'm pulling up the tally.
They only have 30 fucking options here. I
Only
can't get
30.
into any one of them.
Only 30 of them. So anyway, last week, Scott and I... How the fuck do I get rid of this garbage? Oh, fucking Jesus.
How's that?
Yeah, that's a lot better.
There you go. There's the real... You can taste it now, right? Yeah.
Taste it.
Anyway, so moving on.
Moving on. All right. So last week, Scott and I decided to have Oscar predictions for this year's Academy Awards for films released
official predictions. We wrote it all down and shit. You
Yeah.
know, we didn't just talk about it. We did it. Documented it.
Scott surprised me with doing predictions for every category, even though even though the text that I have clearly states we were doing Best Picture. But
we were gonna because whenever we do the Oscars, we talk about. There's like 8 major categories that we talk about.
yeah, but that's this episode.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
We've never done a prediction episode.
We never done a prediction, so I just assumed if we're going to do a prediction episode, we're going to predict the 8 areas we talk about.
Well, now I know. Next year will be much smoother.
Much smoother.
But anyway, even with that, I was able to come up with nominations for all the other categories, pretty much off the top of my head. I do try. The only one I had a real problem with was Best Adapted Screenplay. I only came up with one because every other film I was guessing at was not an adapted screenplay. Films like The Post, films like what was the other one? It was Dunkirk. I was like, oh, it's a war film. It's got to be based on some true event that was pre-written. Blah blah blah. No, so I only had one answer for adapted, and I got it right, but I only had one. So
now, let's be fair. I had a better idea, and I still only got one, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, so that doesn't make a difference.
No, it didn't. And the final tally was I had 28 correct and Scott had 30. The two areas that Scott had more correct than me was original screenplay. He had one extra that he got right that I didn't. And he actually got all 9 correct of Best Picture.
Motherfucker! You know, it's really sad if I'm guessing all the Oscars for Best Picture. Right. They're really. If I got all 9, how hard can it be?
Yeah, right.
You know, I really no. Because again, I'm notorious for not. Although I did beat you one Oscar year for like by one for guessing the Oscars when we actually did the Oscars.
I think it was last year.
Yeah, that's like the first time. So I'm getting better.
Yeah, no, last you got to vote with your head, not your heart.
Yeah, and the lack of alcohol helps too.
Yeah, well, you have to vote as if you're voting as all of these idiots that don't know shit about film.
Well, you mean the people that actually make the films?
Yeah.
All right. Now,
No. They're their peers. Everyone that loves all this art house type of cinema. And I'm not saying it's not good. I'm just saying it's not the best.
Now, let's talk a moment about they changed the rules on being an Academy member this year.
Oh, really?
They're trying to weed out the old white people. No, I'm for it.
Hey, hey, if it's going to get better films in there, then I'm for it. If it's not going to get better films in there, then I don't care.
Well, here's the
all I care about in the end is if it's a good film.
Yeah. Here's the big change they made. The big change they made was in order to be able to vote for the nominees, you have to be active within the industry that you're voting in for the past 30 years. And it's separated by decade, too. So, like, every 10 years, you have to have done at least one thing in that industry.
Wow. They do something similar with the insurance for actors. You have to have worked on something. There's only there can only be a certain amount of time where you haven't worked on something, or else you don't qualify for insurance.
So I'm not sure what the qualifications were before. I read up on the new qualifications without really giving a shit what the old ones were, but apparently that changed the landscape a little bit.
Wow.
And I know the one thing that pissed some people off is they changed it for every category. You can the initial nominations can only be people that work in that category. So if it's Best Director, the initial nominations have to be from directors.
Get out of here! Wow, that's pretty.
Well, that's old. That's not new.
Oh, it's not. I didn't know that was old.
No, because it's the first round is you have to the nominations come from that industry, and then the second round of nominations come from everybody.
I get it.
So they get first dibs, and they kind of guide where it's going. The big thing they changed that for animated feature. They took away that restriction, so animated feature, anybody can nominate in the beginning, and they did that mainly because big budget blockbusters like the Lego Movie weren't getting in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of art people pissed off about that.
Plus, at one point, there was only 3 nominations for Best Animated Feature, which is total bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, come on. You can't come up with 5? Half of all films released are animated. You can't come up with 5? Give me a break.
Yeah. But even then, we wanted to get, Lego fuck flicks in there. So those were the big changes, and they've been going for diversity, and I think they're really hammering it home this year, and it shows in a lot of the nominations. But I just wanted to lay that out first, that I was thinking, I don't read Variety and shit, so at one point I was like, I wonder what they did to those changes. I did some research, like, oh, that's interesting, and it ruffled some feathers, I guess, but it got rid of some of the old school in there that have been like retired for a couple decades, aren't doing shit,
right?
But are still like steering the. And yeah, you know what? If you're not active in the industry, why are you voting on new films? It makes sense to me.
I don't disagree with it. So,
But I cede the floor to you to guide us through our Oscar nominations.
Yes. So, here, let me do this. Let me switch back to the camera because I got to fix the loop, which I fucked up just like I did last week.
Fucked up the loop.
I fucked it up. No, what happens is I queue up all of the stuff, and what ends up happening is, and it's going to happen next episode too. You watch. I have to take out the other files, or else they loop too. There's 3 files. Whatever. But no one needs to know this shit. What am I talking about?
While Joey's doing that, I'll mention when he says the first episode, we're now in crunch time. Oscars are a month away. We have 9 best pictures to review, plus anything else we can squeeze in.
This is.
I don't even know if.
This is the most filmed since 2009.
Right. So
They've never had 10.
For best picture, yeah. So we've got 2 episodes a week, nonstop, until we get all the best pictures in the fucking can.
Right, and we're doing 2 tonight, so we're actually going to do 10 episodes in 8 weeks. Or
right.
Yeah, 8 weeks.
What? Yeah, whatever.
No, not 8 weeks. What the fuck? 4 weeks. Jesus Christ. Possibly 5 weeks. Yeah. Yeah. Whatever. Anyway, it's a lot of fucking episodes in a short amount of time. So, because what we're doing right now is we're going to talk about the actual nominees. Then we are going to do an episode about one of the Oscar films. And then from starting next week, it'll be two movies a week until we get all the rest of the films, which will be, after tonight, 8 more. So,
right.
Yeah, it's crunch time. So if we do it right, we'll have only less than a week off until we do the live show for the Oscars. So when it's all said and done, we're gonna have 12 episodes in probably 5 weeks. Which normally in that time we'd have maybe 4 or 5. So it's a lot.
We didn't plan on it, but I also have the list of the Razzies, which came out on the 22nd. I've got that up too.
We can blow through that.
So yeah, I think we would blow through those because I hate to say it. Like when I looked up when the list finally came out, I was like, shit, I've only watched 2 of the 9 best pictures. I have a lot of films to catch up on. Then I look at the Razzies and I'm like, 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5. What the fuck am I watching? What am I doing?
And they're all on your Plex, I bet.
Anyway, after you, sir.
All right, so starting with Best Picture, we're going to talk about the films that were actually nominated. Because both of us, I got 8 of the 9 correct. You've got 9 of the 9 correct. We both guessed 10. The film that I didn't guess was Phantom Thread. You guessed Phantom Thread, and you got it right.
Yes, and my extra one that didn't make it, which was a long shot to begin with, was Mother.
Right. My long shots were... my long shot was the Florida Project, and I actually did think that The Disaster Artist would be nominated. But I should have taken into account all the heat that James Franco has gotten. And the fact that last year they didn't do anything really about it with Casey Affleck, but this year with all the Me Too stuff, they said they absolutely laid into him by laying into him, I mean just by not nominating him or his film.
Let me just say, I can say, and I am a Tommy Wiseau fan. I am a Franco fan. I am a fan of The Disaster Artist. I can say without hesitation that it was not an Oscar-worthy film.
But they didn't even nominate James Franco for Best Actor, which he's been nominated all the way up until the Oscars.
No, it was not an Oscar-worthy role.
He won the Golden Globe.
That's great. It wasn't an Oscar-worthy role. I'm just saying. I personally have no problem with that. I don't think there's any cheating. And you know what?
Well, I haven't seen it yet, but I do think that he probably could have ended up with a nomination at least.
Oh, and you know what? Seriously, everybody out there can just shut the fuck up when it comes to, how come this person get nominated? How come that person get You know what? Because someone didn't fucking nominate him.
Right.
Shut up.
Didn't get enough votes.
I must have found a half a dozen articles within 2 days of, oh, we have to rethink how the Oscars are nominated. How there was a serious fucking article about how one of the actresses from the black girls night.
Oh, girls' night out. Yeah, it was. You know who that was? That was the chick that couldn't pronounce dick at the nominations with Andy Serkis. They did the live feed. She was just like she had a real serious problem reading.
There's this huge article about, oh, this one scene, she deserves an Oscar just for how she did that scene and that comedy. It's like, you really gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
Is this how far you're going to get one more like African American actress nominee? Give it a fucking rest. I am all for getting more diversity in the Oscars, but don't fucking just pull. Oh yeah, that's. Really, and like they're saying that, but I guarantee if somebody from the fucking Bridesmaids movie had made it in the Oscar as an Oscar nominee, he would say, "Oh yeah, but what about all the black actresses?" Shut the fuck up, calm down, roll it back a bit, and just fucking deal with what was nominated.
I could not.
Sorry.
I couldn't agree more.
I apologize. Anyway,
No. So anyway, Best Picture. Like I said, I got 8 of the 9. Scott got 9 of the 9. We're going to breeze through these because we did talk about these last week when we predicted them. And
there's a lot of overlap too. So
So first film, Call Me by Your Name. It's basically Brokeback Mountain in Italy instead of cowboys. That's essentially what it's also a coming of age film, and it takes place in 1983, and it's about two people that realistically. And I haven't seen the film. It's just what I get from the trailer. It feels like it's two people that realistically can't be together. The kid is 17. He's an older man. They have this connection. And it seems to me, just from the trailer, it disintegrates in some way. Maybe not in a bad way, but it's just one of those, it's probably he needs to leave. The kid is only 17. He's growing up, blah, blah, blah. But it's supposed to be, a really beautiful film. It's supposed to be very well made as well. One of the articles I read was, we'll get to it for Best Actor, but it was for Armie Hammer, or Best Supporting Actor. Next up is Darkest Hour. No surprise there. I mean, Gary Oldman alone gets that film nominated.
War film, biopic, long-standing actor. Move on. It's like it was obvious that was going to. There was no doubt.
And Dunkirk is the next one on the list. It's been called
war film.
Yeah, but it's been called as being nominated for Best Picture since it was released in July. Ever since it's been released in July, they've been calling that this will at least be a nominated film. I knew it was going to happen.
World War II. Yeah, go ahead. You're done. Yeah.
Next up is Get Out, which I predicted. It was also one of my long shots. And I'm so I still have not seen this film. Obviously, it being nominated is going to force me to watch it, which I do not mind. I've been wanting to forever.
I'll tell you right now.
It's probably
you're going to love it.
I'm telling you that I'm probably the most anticipated. The film that I want to watch the most is probably Get Out.
Yeah, me too. But I already seen it.
You already saw it months ago.
Yeah. No, I saw it in a theater. I'm kind of glad I did.
Wow.
I'll tell you right now. You're going to love it, and you will readily admit with me that it kind of deserves to be nominated, but there's no way in fucking hell it's winning.
Okay.
You will agree with me 100%. I have no doubt.
Okay. You think this is one of those, we need a black, cinematic film to be nominated, and that's how it got in?
I think there was so much hype around it.
Okay.
It was so much positive press. It was like just lauded. It broke so many box office records.
Yeah,
and
it was 30+ million its opening weekend.
If you're gonna nominate a film just because it has black leads in it, this is the one to do because it's good.
Well, I was gonna say, other than the fact that if they were just trying to, we need a black film in there, at least this is, a good one to do.
Yeah, and again, if you're listening to us for the first time for the Oscars, we're not criticizing the whole idea of diversity in the
Absolutely
Oscars. I'm just saying, but if that's why it's making it in there because they went it from 5 to 10. If this was 5, it never would have made it in.
No, although Jordan Peele gets nominated for Best Director, we'll get to that.
Right.
So next up is Lady Bird. Also, no surprise there. I mean, it's on every critic's top 10.
Yeah.
Have you seen it yet?
No.
No, okay. It's on every critic's top 10. It's got like a 99% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Greta Gerwig, female director, a good up-and-coming female director, strong female lead.
Lesbian female characters, strong, well-received, obvious choice.
Yes. So I wasn't surprised at all. I did see it. I liked it. No way in hell it's winning Best Picture. If it does, we'll get to it.
Really?
We'll review it.
Okay.
Listen, I thought it was good. I just don't think it's Best Picture good. I don't even know if, in my opinion, I would have even have nominated for Best Picture.
I'm interested to see it now, based on what you said about that. Okay.
Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the film. I enjoyed it very much. I just don't think that I would have.
Get Out.
Would that? Yeah, this is true.
Yeah,
so I think you'll watch it and you'll agree with me that it doesn't win Best Picture.
I'm interested in that now. Okay,
right.
Next.
Phantom Thread.
Yes.
Paul Thomas Anderson, a Oscar favorite. Daniel Day-Lewis, Oscar favorite. You got that winning combination. They've already made a couple of films together. This is their second film together. They did There Will Be Blood, which Daniel Day-Lewis won an Oscar for. And
still haven't seen that.
Great film. And Daniel Day-Lewis, holy shit. If there was anyone that deserved an Oscar, it was him that year. Although, his character from There Will Be Blood was basically Bill the Butcher from Gangs of New York. Just slightly different. And he should have won a Best Actor Oscar for Bill the Butcher as well in Gangs of New York. So it kind of made up for it. All right, moving on. The Post. Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep, directed by Steven Spielberg.
Mm-hmm.
That is nominated. I'm no shock there. We both guessed it.
Steven Spielberg, Tom Hanks,
Meryl Streep.
Journalism, political intrigue.
Yeah, I mean,
no-brainer.
If it's better, and I liked Spotlight. I enjoyed Spotlight. But if it's better than Spotlight, I'll be happy. Because I thought Spotlight was a good film, but no way in fucking hell did I think that deserved to win Best Picture. I thought it did. And the only reason I thought it did win Best Picture, and you can go back to that episode of the Oscars that we did for that review, subject matter, like you said, journalistic, cinematic type film. It was one of those, like, we have to give this Best Picture.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't deserve it at all. It was good, but not good enough, in my opinion. Okay, The Shape of Water, Guillermo del Toro. That's his film. It's a 60s style film. It takes place in the 60s. So, we're reviewing that.
Right. So I'm not going to say a fucking word.
Okay. And then finally, the last film nominated is 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri. I'm going to say Missouri. I'm not going to say Missouri.
Missouri.
Because you know what? There's an I at the end of that motherfucker.
I'm just calling it 3 Billboards.
3 Billboards, which is the original title of the film.
Yeah.
If you go back to the trailer months and months and months ago, it was just called 3 Billboards.
You know what? And now we talk about titles and boring titles and stupid titles. I'm happy with either title. I like long titles; they're rare.
Yeah.
But 3 Billboards, while 3 Billboards does not tell you anything about the film.
Wow,
It's all subtext.
Internet is taking
metaphor.
a shit right now.
What?
I said your internet is taking a shit right now.
Well, fuck you then. All right.
I'm just saying, nobody heard a word you just said.
All right, let me say it again then. I'm all for long movie titles.
Right.
But at the same time, 3 Billboards is a great title because it doesn't tell you what the film is about. even though it kind of does on the surface. It's all subtext and metaphor.
Got it. Yeah, no.
So I think, honestly, out of all the films, there's actually a lot of good titles. I couldn't get into the most boring titles would probably be Dunkirk and The Post.
Yeah, probably. I'm sorry everyone had to stare at me for the last 10 minutes. I forgot to put the video back. I forgot to put the video back up in the background. So everyone's been staring at me for 10 minutes.
Oh.
I know I'm pretty, but no one should have to stare at me for 10 minutes.
All right, so a lot of what follows is going to be reflected by Best Picture, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of overlap at this point.
Yeah, if we pretty much watch all the Best Picture nominees, we will pretty much cover almost every category. Obviously,
so
except for foreign film and whatnot. So moving on,
next,
we can go to Best Actor.
I said Director. I thought you wanted to go to Best Director.
Oh, we can go to Best Director. I just have to.
Okay.
It's not in that order of what's in front of me, but I can go to it.
I'm sorry. All right.
Where the fuck is Best
whatever.
Director? Jesus. Here we go. God damn, they put it all the way at the bottom.
Now,
Christopher.
It's all. I'm saying it's all films that are up for Best Picture.
Every single one. Every director.
Yeah.
Yes. Christopher Nolan for Dunkirk. Now, watching his film, you could see why he's nominated for Best Picture. You could see why he's one of the final 5. I always take this category. Personally, I always take this category, with the exception of maybe one film, which in this case is probably Get Out. And I haven't seen it yet. As the 5 films that would have been if there were only 5 nominations. Mm-hmm. Traditionally, through the years, when it was just 5, traditionally, at least 4 of the 5 best directors had Best Picture nominations as well. There was usually maybe...
Right.
Most of the time, it was all 5, but there were, a good handful of years where you had 4 Best Pictures and 4 Best directors for those pictures, and then out of nowhere, you'd get a Best Director that doesn't have a Best Picture nomination. Because they said the film, although we feel it not being Best Picture material, the guy directed the shit out of this movie. Or one female directed the shit out of this movie. So they do have that. But in this case, all 5 directors have a Best Picture. You okay?
Right. Yeah, I'm waiting to get to the list of the films.
I can't talk?
No, you can talk. I didn't stop you, did I?
Can't. No, but you're making faces and...
I apologize. I'm so sorry, sir.
I'm gonna put my fist in my chin when you talk. And then we're gonna, you won't be able to see it.
Well-deserved it is.
You won't be able to see it.
Let me apologize now for the rest of the night, because it's been a long fucking day, and I think you agree with me.
Of course. Yeah, and there's still one more day this week. Yay.
If you feel slighted by my facial expressions, I apologize. I've lost most of my filters. They're quickly eroding.
Okay.
But please, go ahead.
All right. We're 30 minutes in. We're in the second category.
Yeah, that's another reason why I was kind of like, just go through the titles.
Right. So
make it quick.
we have Christopher Nolan directing Dunkirk. When we review it, you'll see why he was nominated. Then we have Jordan Peele directing Get Out.
Okay.
All right. Greta Gerwig for Lady Bird. Paul Thomas Anderson for Phantom Thread, and Guillermo del Toro for The Shape of Water. I can't make a prediction on any of these yet, but I just my gut tells me that Guillermo probably doesn't win.
I'm right now. I'm going to tell you, there's no way in hell Jordan Peele wins.
No.
This is one of those. What was it? What's it? An honor to be nominated situations.
Oh, definitely.
And I think Lady Bird is one of the finalists
to win Best Director.
I haven't seen it,
really,
and I'm only saying it because it's the female director.
If I had to go, I'd say it's a guaranteed winner. If I had to make a prediction right now, is either going to be between Paul Thomas Anderson and Christopher Nolan. They are just so stylized.
2 out of the 5, so
they know how to direct.
Still working on director.
They know how to direct the shit out of a movie. So
it'll be interesting to see how our predictions change as we actually watch the films.
yeah, that is also true.
Right.
That is also true.
So,
so let's move right
we'll go
into. We'll go into Best Actor.
okay.
So we got Daniel Day-Lewis for Phantom Thread. No surprise there.
Mhm.
I mean, Daniel Day-Lewis makes a movie. Just expect him to be nominated. Then you have Daniel Kaluuya for Get Out, which, again, I did not pick him for Best
Is
Actor.
that really how you pronounce it?
I believe it's Kaluuya or Kaluuya.
Okay.
It might be
All right,
Kaluuya.
I was just curious if that was the actual pronunciation or if you were just winging it.
Well, I'm just looking at how it's spelled, and it's either Kaluuya or Kaluuya.
So you're winging it. Okay. No, fine. I don't have the correct answer. I was just curious.
I'm winging it. Well, you know what? I bet I winged it better than what's her. You know what?
I'm not
the
criticizing.
girl from
I was
Girls
just
Night Out or
asking.
whatever that said his name, she didn't say it right.
That's not you. I'm focusing my camera. I said,
And
no,
they go
wasn't
back and forth
criticizing you.
between Andy Serkis and
I
her to announce nominations, and I guarantee you they gave her his name because she's black.
I'm honestly only asking you because I have no idea.
Okay.
That's the only reason I asked. Not criticize.
Den-
Moving on.
Denzel Washington for Roman J. Israel Esquire. Also, no
Mhm.
surprise there. Timothy Chalamet, or Chalamet, who is from Call Me By Your Name. I actually predicted him to be nominated because he's also in Lady Bird and he's in that film. And I'm glad I got it right because that was not a long shot, but I kind of was for me. And then Gary Oldman, who I will make the prediction now, like I made last week, he is winning the Oscar for Darkest Hour to play.
I've only seen I've only seen 1 out of 5 of these, but the one I've seen, I'm going to say right now is I guarantee almost 100% Get Out and Roman J. Israel do not get Best Actor.
No, I agree with that.
I know I'm picking the 2 black actors, but Get Out is not going to win Best Actor. And Denzel, you got your Oscars. They're not giving another one for this film.
No. And
You're-
Daniel Day-Lewis
you know,
has won
yeah.
3. This kid, Chalamet, he's brand new. So if he's as good as he is in this film, there'll be more. The guy from Get Out, same thing. Gary Oldman, so overdue. So overdue. This is like an Al Pacino situation, except Gary Oldman hasn't been nominated as many times.
But that's why they have Lifetime Achievement Awards. So
no, Gary.
but
I've seen.
I've
seen like some video of Gary Oldman as Winston Churchill. He's winning this fucking Oscar.
all I'm saying,
Fucking
again,
bank on
I've
it.
only seen one of them, but my gut tells me, Get Out and Denzel, not happening. Just not happening.
I agree with that.
That's all.
All right.
All right. You want to go to supporting actor?
Yeah, we can go to supporting actor. Supporting actor, we have Willem Dafoe for The Florida Project. Also overdue for an Oscar. Woody Harrelson for 3 Billboards. You could also say the same thing about him. Also overdue for an Oscar.
You know, and very underrated as an actor.
Actually, none of these actors have won an Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
None of them. Only Woody Harrelson, I think, has been, and Christopher Plummer have been nominated before. Everyone else is. I think it's their first nomination.
What was Woody Harrelson nominated for?
3 Billboards.
No, but I mean, like before this.
Oh, he did a film. What was it? The Soldier? No, it wasn't The Soldier. He played a soldier in a film. It came out like 3 or 4 years ago. He was nominated for it.
I gotta look that up while we're talking. Cause I don't remember that.
If you look him up, it'll show.
I'm not going to because it'll fuck up my internet.
I'll look it up then.
Okay.
Yeah, no. He's been nominated,
Well,
I think,
I'll
only one time.
Well, I'll go through these while
Yeah,
you
go ahead. You go ahead.
Then after, okay, Willem Dafoe for The Florida Project.
Wow.
You got Woody Harrelson and Sam Rockwell both for 3 Billboards.
He's been nominated 3 times, Woody Harrelson.
Really? What?
Yeah.
What films?
Okay, so you got 3 Billboards. This is his 3rd.
Well, yeah.
Right. The People vs. Larry Flint.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Best Actor in a Leading Role. And Best Supporting for, this is the film that I couldn't remember. It's called The Messenger.
Never seen it, but I know of it. Okay. All right.
He's either military or he delivers, like,
he's some
your
kind of
son or
daughter
has
He's a messenger.
Yeah, I think he's delivering messages about people's children dying in war.
Well, that's funny.
Yeah, it was a hilarious film. An American soldier struggles with an ethical dilemma when he becomes involved with a widow of a fallen officer. So he has to deliver that message. All right.
How's that ethical? Sorry. Christopher Plummer for All the Money in the World. And that's it, because I mentioned Sam Rockwell already with 3 Billboards. And then we have Richard Jenkins for Shape of Water.
Right. And nobody, other than Woody Harrelson, no one else has been nominated. Well, Christopher Plummer, maybe.
I haven't seen Dafoe
Christopher Plummer
or Plummer
also,
yet, but everybody's
in
pushing
Star
Willem
Crash.
Dafoe.
You'd think
We're both talking. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I know. You think Star Crash would have ruined Christopher Plummer's career, but it didn't.
No, I said I've seen 3 out of 5 of the nominees, but I mean I just think that everybody's pushing for Willem Dafoe. You're hearing a lot of hype about it, so I want to wait until I see Florida Project before I go making any predictions.
Actually, I'm hearing Sam Rockwell for 3 Billboards.
Well, I love Sam Rockwell. I am 100% behind that, but there's also been a lot of talk about Willem Dafoe. So I mean,
well, I don't disagree. I, like you, will make a decision after I see the Florida Project.
After you've seen 3 Billboards, I can't wait to talk to you about Sam Rockwell's performance and his character, and the people talking about the ending of the film. That's going to be an interesting conversation. That might run a little long.
That's fine. We will save it for that episode. All right, actress in a leading role. You have Sally Hawkins for The Shape of Water.
Obviously.
Which might actually be the front runner. I kind of get a gut feeling she might be. Only because of the way she portrays emotion in that movie with sign language and...
Yeah.
You know, it's... I don't know. And again, out of all the films that are nominated, I've only seen 2 of them, and that's Lady Bird and The Shape of Water. And I don't think
as well.
Saoirse Ronan is winning this year. Teen Angst, I don't know. Personally, I don't think it, for me, it equals Oscar. I think she had a better shot last year for the film Brooklyn than she does for this year in Lady Bird.
Yeah.
Anyway. Frances McDormand for 3 Billboards.
Obvious.
Meryl Streep for The Post. And I keep hearing a lot. If it's not Sally Hawkins, it might be Margot Robbie for I, Tonya.
That's like the favorite long shot.
Yeah.
And I'm dying to see. That's like on this list now. As far as films I haven't seen, I, Tanya's the top of my list.
I know a few people that have seen it, and they said it was awesome. And
the trailer fucking won me. I'm done. I'm in.
People are saying it's awesome, and it wasn't nominated for Best Picture. People think that it should have. I'm going to watch it anyway because I want to watch as many of the nominations as possible.
Dude, I'll tell you, I was surprised that 3 Billboards was even nominated. You know, you don't get many films like that getting nominations.
Yeah.
You know, films that are like a violent, rough, or vulgar, if you will, in certain ways. I mean, I'm playing loose and fast with the terminology, but anyway, supporting actress.
Supporting actress, we have Allison Janney, or Janney, I think. They're already calling her the winner. I wouldn't doubt it. I've seen enough of her performance in little snippets and trailers to see that she's probably going to win this Oscar.
Yeah.
Then you have Mary J. Blige from Mudbound, which we talked a little bit about last week, about how Netflix released that in theaters first for that, whatever, I think the qualification is 7 days in L.A.
Fucking smart.
To get that nomination. They also would have liked to have the film nominated, but they'll take this nomination. They're going to start doing that every year. If they have films that they're going to keep close to their vest, they're going to release it theatrically to qualify for the Oscars.
You know what? I mean, really, very, 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 very briefly. Up until now, cable has been a competitor against television. As far as credibility, let's put it that way.
Sure.
You're finally, the last couple of years up to now, this is the turning point where you're seeing made-for-TV movies, which technically is what fucking Netflix is,
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're actually competing now with Hollywood, and that's a major
Sure.
upset. You're going to see the power shift, the dynamic change over the next. We're witnessing the beginning of a new era in entertainment.
Sure. And if the only qualification is that they have to release it theatrically first for 7 days, they'll do it.
2
Why
weeks.
not? I thought it was
2
7
weeks.
days.
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
It's 2 weeks. That's
Okay.
why, because The Room was in the theater for 2 weeks, so it'd be eligible for an Oscar nomination.
Yeah, well, that was also 15 years ago. That could have changed.
I
Could have
don't
sworn
think they changed. I don't think
sworn-
they've narrowed. I think it's still 2 weeks. I could
could
be
have-
wrong, but I still
could
think
have
it's 2 weeks.
sworn that I read that Mudbound was released theatrically for 7 days.
Either way, it's a short period of time, and
Yeah,
it's still
well-
it's a major fucking
And
power shift.
they'll make money doing it.
Yeah.
You know, so
Uh-huh.
so then you got Leslie Manville for Phantom Thread.
What is the Phantom Thread about again?
I don't know. It's like
All right, that's
an
good enough for me.
eccentric. Daniel Day-Lewis he's an eccentric tailor, and he sews things. I don't know, but I keep hearing.
It's not an Adam Sandler film.
Yeah,
I
right.
have a feeling.
Well, you know what's interesting?
Is it a sequel to The Cobbler? Please tell me it's not a sequel to The Cobbler. I'll kill myself if it's a sequel to The Cobbler.
The Cobbler. I keep seeing these little raves where it says, tantalizing, amazing. Then there's always at least one or two that says surprisingly funny. It's like, funny? Like Peter Travers from Rolling Stone, I think he said it was it was mesmerizing, tantalizing, and
That's going to be my review for Dunkirk.
And-
Surprisingly funny.
outrageously funny. I'm like, wow, is it a black comedy? I know literally almost nothing about this movie.
I'm kind of doing that on purpose too. I want to go into some of these films blind.
Definitely.
I really do. I so much a fan of doing that now. I mean, because as I'll mention in our review for Shape of Water when we get to it, some films, you know what you're in for from the word go. Whether or not they're good, you know what you're in for.
Mm-hmm.
So that's but anyway.
So-
then there's Lady Bird.
There's Laurie Metcalf
Actress
for
Metcalf,
Lady Bird.
yeah.
Yep. And Octavia Spencer for The Shape of Water, which was your long shot.
I called it.
You did call it. You did call it. It was
She's a favorite, and she's a good actress.
I still think of her as Lobster Lady, but I'm
That's
not.
how I
I'm
explained
not.
it to Holly.
I'm not denying she's a good actress, but I see her. I see Lobster Lady.
Whenever I try to explain who she is to Holly, I always say the Lobster Lady. She's like, "Oh, her. All right, yeah, that's it. That's it." Dude, you have no idea how hard it is sometimes when we're talking about actors or actresses. She's just like, name something they're in. It's like, oh, because I definitely can tell you that everything I know they're in, like Sam Rockwell, she couldn't like get who Sam Rockwell was. I get the same thing. You're like, who the hell is that? And I'm like rattling down the movies. Like, come on, Charlie's Angels, no, Iron Man 3 or Iron Man 2. Was it 2 or 3?
One and 2.
No, it was just
he
2.
in the
He wasn't
first
in 1.
Okay, he was just.
He was not in the first one. But I'm like, he was he was like the industrialist in Iron Man 2. I don't remember that. Moon. Says, who? Says, oh, God. And she'd seen Moon. I knew she saw Moon, but she couldn't think of it. I'm like, God damn. Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. I think that's what... Galaxy Quest. That's what did it.
Galaxy Quest?
Yeah.
I do that with Mary Ellen, too. But except the difference is I know how my wife's brain works. So if I was to say Sam Rockwell, she knows who he is, but let's say she didn't. If I said Charlie's Angels, that would have been the film because she loves that movie.
Here's the problem. My wife has the same... We do have a very, very similar taste in films, with very few exceptions. However, unlike her, I have the memory for films.
Yes, of course.
She does, I mean,
my wife is the
films,
same way. We don't
for
have...
dialogue.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I'm not great on names, but like films, dialogue, things like so. But she does, she's not into films like I am. So it's like, yeah, I know you've seen this. Like, no.
Mare's the same way. Our taste in film is similar, not exactly similar, but it is similar. but she's the same way. I know she doesn't remember anybody in films the way I do.
Honestly, I will tell you, I will say for a fact that my wife and I have more similar taste in films than your wife and you.
Oh, I know that.
Okay, all right, moving on.
Just because Mare likes some of the stuff I like does not mean she likes all of the stuff I like. That's a guarantee.
Oh yeah, I think the chasm for you guys is a bit wider than ours. That's all.
Oh, I know it is.
Yeah.
Chasm is a good word.
You just want to do the 2 screenplay categories?
Was
there any other category you wanted to do besides those? I mean, that's the big 8, right?
Picture, actor, actress, supporting actor. So that's 5 right there. Director is 6.
6.
And then
we did actor, supporting actor. Yeah,
original
6,
and adapted. Let's do that. Let me find
it. All right, after you.
Yeah, I didn't want to go through all of them.
No, just the top 8. Those are we always ignore the others until Oscar night. These are the top 8.
Yeah. Can I mention something super quick though? How come makeup and hairstyling still only has 3 nominations? They can't find 5 movies. I could name 5 other movies that probably should have been nominated, along with the 3 that they picked.
Hold on, let me find the.
I mean, what is up with that shit?
I'll tell you 100% why. Because, with the weird exception of Wonder, they only give that category to period pieces. They don't give it to modern pieces.
What about Shape of Water? Films. The amount of makeup in that is fucking insane.
There's makeup.
Come on.
What did you just mention?
Shape of
Water is special effects. That's not makeup. Makeup is just makeup.
No. The fucking the sea creature is all makeup.
No. When they say makeup and hair, they're not talking about special effects makeup. They're just talking about plain makeup and hair. They're just talking about, like, if you went into a salon, they're not going to put gills on you. They're just going to fucking make you up.
They've nominated movies like that before.
Yeah, but I'm saying, you know for a fact that the nominees in makeup and hair are almost always exclusively period pieces. Victorian era, medieval era. I mean, and look, you've got Darkest Hour. Anything up into the 70s, anything before this, from the 70s back.
And listen,
that's where you get makeup and hair because they're mimicking styles of both hair and makeup. Same thing with costume design. Look at costume design: Beauty and the Beast, Darkest Hour, Shape of Water, Victorian Abdul.
I'm not saying you're not right.
Phantom Thread said what?
I'm not saying you're not right, but they've nominated. Listen. If they were just nominating just hair and just straight up makeup, fucking what's his face? Rick Baker wouldn't have won an Oscar ever, because the dude was doing prosthetic work. All right, I mean the fact that Gary Oldman is not nominated, or The Darkest Hour is not nominated. Oh, it is nominated for Darkest Hour. Never mind. But Guardians of the Galaxy 2 could have been nominated. Phantom Thread could have been nominated because it's period. But then you could go Dunkirk could have been nominated. You've got The Disaster Artist could have been nominated.
Let me put it this way.
What else? Shape of Water should have been nominated.
If you're in the industry, you have a bias. And a lot of industry bias in film is against genre film or films outside of the scope of classical or, accepted. I mean, so if you got your first volley of makeup and hair nominees are coming from people that work in makeup and hair. So
I get that.
In that situation,
all I'm saying
they're going to lean towards.
We were going way too long on this. I didn't mean to do that. But
that you're complaining about 3 feet. You're complaining about a category we don't even care about.
I know. It's the only category out of all of the major ones. This is considered a major one for technical that only still has 3. And I just find that just ridiculous.
I don't give a shit.
5 for everything. All right.
No, that's not how it works.
You know what? Musical score gets 5. We could cut that shit down to 2 or 3 and not have to listen to so many goddamn songs.
Fucking please.
Yeah,
yes.
What are the songs this year? Mighty River from Mudbound, Mystery of Love from Call Me By Your Name, Remember Me from Coco, Stand Up For Something from Marshall, This Is Me from The Greatest Showman. You know what? Remember Me wins because from Coco, because Pixar always wins that fucking category. Fuck.
I know for a fact that like my household without me was watching Coco and like loving it, and I'm like, I don't even fucking care what it's about. I don't even know what it's. All I know is it's called Coco, and it's like I'm done. I'm out. That's it. No.
Yeah, my family's the same way. They really.
I sat
liked
for a
Coco.
half hour of that fucking samurai film from last year
samurai film
with the kid.
Yeah. Why can't I remember this? It began with a K.
Like one string samurai or something like that, or
It was something. The two strings. It began with a K. I can't remember.
I sat through a half hour of that. Oh yeah, and then this character dies. It's like fuck.
All right. So writing, adapted screenplay.
Oh shit! I thought we were done. I'm sorry.
We got those two categories, and then we're done.
We haven't even done the two categories yet.
These are the
you
last two.
You sidetracked us on makeup, and we haven't even done the.
Listen, we're at 50 minutes. We will get in under an hour.
All right.
Go. So we got adapted screenplay. Up first, we have Call Me by Your Name, screenplay by James Ivory. So I'm not surprised it's nominated. Not surprised at all. Then you got Molly's Game, Mudbound, The Disaster Artist,
which is the only one that I called, and
Logan, which, well, I'm surprised.
Holy fuck! And you know what? One of the people that listens to us was telling me online. They said they're pissed off that
Patrick Stewart
Patrick Stewart didn't get for Best Supporting.
Right. I thought he was good in that.
What?
I don't know if Best Supporting, but I thought he was very good in it.
You know what? If he had been nominated for Best Supporting, I think it's arguable.
I think so.
Now, for Best Adapted Screenplay, I wasn't aware that Logan was adapted from a specific comic book storyline.
Yeah, I didn't realize that either.
So that never occurred to me. But the fact that a comic book movie got Best Adapted Screenplay, that's fucking a big deal.
Yeah. Did you see Logan?
Oh yeah,
they
fucking
did
awesome.
Not fuck around with that movie.
No.
I really enjoyed it. Even though
I think there was a.
Well, I won't get into it, but
I think there's a certain point where I realized this isn't going to be a happy ending kind of superhero film, is it?
Right, well, that's what I was going to mention, but I didn't want to go there. And it's just
I didn't say specifics. I'm just
no.
saying,
But I felt the same way, and I'm like, I don't want it to end like this.
But I was happy and sad at the same time because I've been complaining about like the dramatic film, but it was like a realism brought to X-Men that I didn't expect.
No, I know.
Yeah, it's a fucking. I mean, kudos, and that deserved what. I never would have called it, but once it made the list, fucking yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Original screenplay. We have Get Out, Jordan Peele.
Which was obvious.
Yeah. Shape of Water, Guillermo del Toro.
Another obvious one.
3 Billboards, Martin McDonagh.
There was no fucking way that wasn't going to make the nominations.
And then you got, let's see, Lady Bird, Greta Gerwig. And then The Big Sick, Emily V. Gordon and Kumail Nanjiani.
Not even close.
Yeah, probably not. But anyway, those are the original screenplay nominations. Now, I've been hearing a little bit of hype about The Big Sick recently before we did our predictions, and I was like, shit, did I screw up and like maybe The Big Sick gets nominated? But it didn't. It's been out for a while, but it's one of those movies that at the last second, after we had done our show, like the morning of the Oscar nominations before they released them, I'm like, shit, is The Big Sick going to get nominated for Best Picture? And it didn't, and I was like, well, maybe I'll get nominated for something else. I didn't expect it to get screenplay, but here it is.
Yeah. As a writer, these are my categories.
Yeah.
That I really I'll tell you right now, I've only seen 3 out of the 5 original, Get Out, Shape of Water, and 3 Billboards. And without having seen the other 2, I would say right now it's 50-50 Shape of Water or 3 Billboards.
Yeah, I would say.
And if I was choosing,
I would say three.
It would be three. Yeah, I would pick Three Billboards hands down.
Or they
not.
Or they go Greta Gerwig for Lady Bird, because it might not win anything else.
But I haven't seen it yet, so I want to wait until I see it to make that call.
No, I think you're right with Three Billboards: A Shape of Water. I don't think Lady Bird, in my opinion, stands out as some amazing screenplay.
Well, I want to see that and talk to you about it from my standpoint. That
sounds like a plan.
That's where I'm interested, because me coming from a writing standpoint and you coming from just a non-writing standpoint,
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see where we cross on our opinions on these films. It's very interesting to me.
Yeah, no, I'm all for it.
I'm looking forward to that.
So,
this is a good Oscar year. Last year was a good Oscar year too. I
think we've had three. This is the third year in a row where I want to see all the best pictures,
or at least the majority of
Actually,
them.
you know what? Let's talk about that real quick, because we always do that. Very briefly, let's talk about the best picture films that we want to see, and we're like, I wouldn't care to see that. I'm going to watch it because we're going to review it. But
I'll be 100% honest with you up front. Any Best Picture Oscars that I wanted to see, I had already seen. Get Out and Three Billboards.
Okay.
There was the only two that I was like, I got to see this. That's it.
I'll be honest with you. The only film here that... Yeah. The only film here that I was just kind of like, I wouldn't see it normally, but I watched it because we're going to review it, is Lady Bird. It's the only film of the 9 where I'm just like, I don't really care to see this.
If we were doing a finger list right now.
Finger list?
If we were doing a finger list for Best Picture, my finger would be on the block for The Post.
No, I want to see The Post.
But it's the same shit. It's like, it's Steven Spielberg, it's Tom Hanks, it's a historical moment, it's like, fuck, God, no, please.
No, I don't care. I want to see it. I'm actually interested in seeing it because I think I'm really going to enjoy Tom Hanks's his performance.
I'm not saying it's going to be bad. I'm just saying it's like the same. Remember our mutual reactions to the Berlin Wall film? What was that last year, the year before? With Tom Hanks.
Oh, it was.
What was that called?
Oh, God, yeah.
See?
Yeah. It was the one where Mark Rylance, he won his Oscar for it. Would it help?
Yeah, and we were would it help?
Yeah.
And he was good. But I mean, I remember both of us were like, it was Best Picture, and we watched it, and we're like, yeah, it's the same shit.
No, I gotta look.
And
it's gonna
really,
bother me
it's
if I
like
don't
Tom
look it up.
Hanks and Spielberg are doing this just same shit over again.
Yeah, but they got Meryl Streep this time.
And it wasn't bad, but I was like, yeah, I've seen it before.
Let's see, what do we got? I don't know why I can't remember it. Bridge of Spies. Bridge of Spies.
You know why? Because it was that fucking unimpactful.
It really was.
That's not a word, but I'm using it. Seriously, it's like there's like these big moments where it's like, all right, I know as a director and as a writer and as an actor what you're doing here for this scene where I'm supposed to be like, but I'm not. But I acknowledge that that's what you're doing and you're doing it well. But still, yeah, okay. They shot somebody going over the wall while a train's passing by. Holy shit. I
don't get the feeling that you're going to see that style in this movie.
But again, just for my credit, this is the same person who admitted to crying several times during Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah. You know what's funny? One of my coworkers every single year, and I know we got to wrap up. Every single year, AMC Movie Theaters does all the best pictures in 2 days. Okay? So,
really?
Yeah, you can go to their website and you can find out which movie theaters participate in this. And I believe this year, I don't remember which weekend, 2 weekends in February it is, but we'll just say it's February, X and February X. It's a Saturday and a Saturday. Or you could do I don't even know anyone that would do this, but they show all 9 in one day on one Saturday. It's like 18 hours of just or 22 hours of film. I can't imagine doing that. So what they do is they'll do 5 and 4.
All right, for you and I in Jersey, excuse me. So, there's like 8 or 9 AMC's and it's all in 2 days.
Yeah, and I think the one that he goes to is the Clifton Commons, which is not that far from here.
Yeah, top of the list.
So anyway,
I don't see anything near me.
He does that every single year. He does that, and he goes on 2 weekends and watches all the best pictures. And this year, he pulled me aside and he said, "Listen, are there any films like Hacksaw Ridge this year?" Where it's just like that ultra realistic, war, gore, and all that. And I'm like, let me look at the list. And I went over the list with him. I go, no, there's nothing like that this year. As far as I know, I told him Dunkirk is rated PG-13. You don't have the kind of gore and whatnot that Saving Private Ryan or Hacksaw Ridge had.
By the way, I saw the opening shot of Dunkirk accidentally.
Yeah.
And my eyes rolled back in my head so hard I got whiplash.
Oh, no kidding.
It's like the opening shot, and if I'm wrong, I caught it somewhere else. But the opening shot is like a street, and the backs of soldiers, like 5 or 6 walking in a line, and they're walking forward down the street.
Yeah.
And there's like papers floating down. I'm like, fuck you, really?
That's Christopher Nolan, man. That's what he does.
Yeah.
Listen, take out soldiers and insert Batman, you're all for it.
It's just like
seriously, take out soldiers and put Batman standing there with the cape flowing. You're in.
My first thought, okay, I'm in for 2 hours of fucking wartime World War II cliches. Start.
It's the second shortest film that's nominated. It's 1 hour and 40 minutes or 46 minutes.
Oh, thank God.
Lady Bird's only 1 hour and 34.
Real quick, I'm going to burn through this. Razzies.
Oh.
All right.
Let's do it super quick.
Worst picture, Baywatch. Emoji Movie, 50 Shades Darker, The Mummy, and Transformers: The Last Night.
I want to say The Mummy probably doesn't belong there. I haven't seen it yet, but
I didn't think it was that bad. I saw it; it wasn't that bad. I've seen that, and I've seen Baywatch. Baywatch made me laugh in certain parts. Whatever.
I saw most of Baywatch before Mare fell asleep, and I have to admit, some of it was funny. Not all of it, though.
I really think that when you're talking about bad pictures, comedies are hard to make hard to lay under that because they're aiming for a low bar. I think Transformers is an easy winner for that.
Okay.
All right. Worst actress: Katherine Hagel for Unforgettable, Dakota Johnson for 50 Shades Darker, Jennifer Lawrence for Mother. Interesting choice.
Wow.
Tyler Perry for Medea Halloween.
That's just unfair.
And Emma Watson for The Circle. I think it should go to Tyler Perry.
I'm surprised Jennifer Lawrence is in the list.
Worst actor: Tom Cruise for The Mummy.
Okay.
Johnny Depp for Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Men Tell No Tales. Jamie Dornan for 50 Shades Darker.
Okay.
Zac Efron for Baywatch. And Mark Wahlberg for Daddy's Home 2 and Transformers. I got a feeling it's a tie between Zach and Mark. Worst supporting actor: Javier Bardem for Mother and Pirates of the Caribbean. Russell Crowe for The Mummy.
They really didn't like Mother.
Well, it's an easy target. Honestly.
I've heard a few people. I know a few people that have seen it that told me that it's great. Again, I haven't seen it yet. Mother.
I'm watching that before the Oscars, no matter what, because I've heard great things about it. Russell Crowe, The Mummy. Josh Duhamel for Transformers. Mel Gibson for Daddy's Home 2. Anthony Hopkins for Collide and Transformers. I got a feeling anything involving Transformers is an easy target there.
Yeah.
Worst supporting actress, you got Kim Basinger for 50 Shades Darker. I didn't know she was in that.
I didn't know she
got to
in
win.
That.
Yeah, the fact that she's in that means she's going to win.
And she's won an Oscar.
Sophia Boutella for The Mummy. Laura Haddock for Transformers: The Last Night. Goldie Hawn for Snatched. And Susan Sarandon for A Bad Mom's Christmas. Again, I got to go Transformers or 50 Shades. Easy target.
Sure.
Worst screen combo: any combination of 2 characters, 2 sex toys, or 2 sexual positions from 50 Shades Darker. Any combination of 2 humans, 2 robots, or 2 explosions from Transformers. Any two obnoxious emojis from the Emoji Movie, Johnny Depp and his worn-out drunk routine from Pirates, and Tyler Perry in either the ratty old dress or worn-out wig from Madea Halloween. I vote for Tyler Perry.
Wow. And you know what? Johnny Depp got nominated for Best Actor for the first Pirates film. And now they're saying, oh, it's worn-out drunk Johnny Depp. It's like, well, if he's going to make a Pirates movie, if he's making a Pirates film, then that's the way he's going to be. He's fucking Jack Sparrow.
Johnny Depp's a god. They can suck it. Worst remake, rip-off, or sequel? Baywatch, Boo 2 Madea Halloween, 50 Shades Darker, The Mummy, or Transformers? I got a feeling, again, Transformers or 50 Shades Darker.
Transformers is going to be the Ben-Hur of the Razzies.
Worst director, Darren Aronofsky for Mother. Fuck you. Michael Bay for Transformers. James Foley for 50 Shades. Alex Kurtzman for The Mummy. Or Anthony Leonidas for the Emoji Movie. Again, it's Transformers or 50 Shades.
Yeah.
And then last category, worst screenplay. Baywatch, Emoji Movie, 50 Shades Darker, The Mummy, Transformers.
Man, Transformers going to have a clean sweep.
And for worst screenplay, I got to see all 5 before I make a call on that. But I think Baywatch is unfairly maligned in this. I thought Baywatch did exactly what it set out to do, to make lowbrow humor, and I fucking laughed at numerous times during that film. Fuck off.
I think it's an example of how the trailer showed you everything that was funny in the movie, though. Yeah, unfortunately. Not everything, but just about. If you watch the trailer, you probably, especially the Red Band trailer, you saw a lot of what was funny in that.
Let me say this. You and I, we grew up during like the peak or the dawn of sex comedies in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Of like lowbrow humor comedies.
Yep.
So we know a bad when we see it. Because we were inundated with that shit in the 80s, and we grew up with cable TV, so we saw all of them. Like everything from fucking joysticks to Hot Dog the movie. We saw it fucking all.
Fart the movie.
So, what?
Fart the movie.
Exactly. So, when I say Baywatch wasn't bad, I got a lot to fucking back that up.
Oh yeah, I'm right with you. Right with you.
But that's the Razzies, and I'm gonna try to get as much of the Razzies in as I can too. But I don't know.
I'm unfortunately not going to make that same statement because it's going to be hard enough for me to watch 2 movies a week.
Are you telling me you haven't already seen the Emoji Movie?
No, I've seen it.
Yeah, there you go.
Because so my kids have seen it, so I've seen it.
You've already seen 2 of them. You know what? If you get a chance, I want your feedback on The Mummy. I wouldn't mind doing a side quick review of that.
Okay. I could probably squeeze that in there.
We debated the Tom Cruise thing before, and as I keep saying, I think people shit on Tom Cruise just to shit on Tom Cruise. It's the whole Schwarzenegger-Stallone thing.
Probably. Although, that film, well, it didn't make any money, but American Made, I thought that American Made, he would have been nominated, but I thought that movie might have had a shot at something, but it got nothing.
I heard it was good, and I want to see it.
I heard it was very good.
It's on my list.
And I love that based on a true story shit, especially when it really is not based on true events. I hate based on true events. To this day, the only film that I truly love that said it was a true story but wasn't is Fargo.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
And I have
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Well, yeah. But I have a feeling, and I don't know this is fact, but I have a feeling that Fargo might have had a better shot at winning Best Picture if it actually was based on a true story.
No.
I think so. Come on,
no.
The English Patient? Give me a fucking break.
It's the same reason that Billboards wouldn't have gotten nominated, is that it's very rare to get what's considered a genre film, even though it's an art house genre film.
Right.
It's just, it's a long shot. Anyway, those are the Oscar nominees, and we're going to be battling down the Best Picture ones over the next month. Yeah. So fucking tune in, and Joey's going to give you like contact information, like an email and a phone number and a Facebook thing.
Oh yeah.
And you fucking tell us. And if you have input on any of these films for Best Picture, let us know. We'll read your comments on the show. If you want to be a guest fucking host, we'll try to bring you in, motherfucker.
I'm all for that.
Word.
Word, yo. All right. As always, thank you for joining us for yet another episode of Moviesucktastic, episode 262. Man, we're getting up there.
Our pleasure.
Getting up there. We did the Oscar nominations. That was a lot of fun. If you want to go to our website, which I've just updated, I should have mentioned it way back in the beginning of the show, that you can go to our website now, and not only can you watch the live feed, but the chat section is right on the website now too.
Oh shit! I'm looking right now.
Plus, you can look at all the old video or episodes right on the website too now, through live stream. So that's pretty neat.
Uh-oh.
I got to work on making the video bigger though. But other than that, you can watch the video, you can chat with us during the show, or you can watch any of our.
Working.
You have to click.
It's not.
There's like
It's
little.
not working on Edge.
Why not? Is
I
it
don't
is
know
it
why,
is,
but
is
it's
it
not
just
working
is it
on
just the
Edge.
backgrounds?
It's just the backgrounds.
Motherfucker!
That's Edge. I'm checking Chrome right now while you're talking.
I know
Keep
it
going,
works
keep
on
going.
Chrome and Firefox, but I don't understand why it works on some browsers and not others. It used to work on all of them, but something fucking happened. Now I gotta fucking dig through code. I don't want to dig through code,
Fuck that.
because I didn't write half the code.
It's not working on my Chrome.
It should be working on your Chrome.
It's not working on my Chrome.
I don't fucking get it. How am I supposed to troubleshoot this shit if it works on my Chrome but not your Chrome?
I don't know. I might have a different version of Chrome. I don't know.
It works on my work Chrome. It works on my home Chrome. Motherfucker.
Anyway, keep going. Keep going.
Anyway. God damn it. So you can download the show there. You can tune in live every Thursday at 8 o'clock with us. You can listen to the show right from the website as well. You can go to iTunes and download there, or you can listen there, your choice. You can go to facebook.com/moviesucktastic. Everything we post about when we go live, to trailers, to anything news related goes there. You can go to our Tumblr page at moviesucktastic.tumblr.com. If you want to email us, the address is themovieguys@moviesucktastic.com. If you want to leave us voicemail, which we highly recommend you doing, we will play it on the show. 908-514-4470. 908-514-4470. Download the free app for your phone or tablet for Android. We highly recommend that. It's 100% free, and everything I just said is in it. It's truly, in my opinion, the best way to listen to the show, especially on the go. You plug that shit into your car, and then you're listening to us in your car. How cool is that?
That's awesome.
It is awesome. So that's it.
That's how Holly listens to the show.
Music fade out. We just missed it. Do you have any words of wisdom?
Fade out.
Fade out.
White gold.
All right, everyone. We'll talk to you next week.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.